What's cracking, mates? Welcome to another episode of What's Cracking with T.O.T. And I remain your special host for the day. You already know you would have to sit tight, relax, and enjoy today's topic. Hold up. You already know how we do this. You'd have to share this link with your friends, your families, and your loved ones. It's what it's. It is what it is. You guys would have to share it. You can't be the only one enjoying this all lovely topics and discussion. So feel free to share with your friends, family, your loved ones, your enemies, and even also in churches amongst teenagers, youth, and let them enjoy what you're enjoying as well. Before we go into today's topic, guys, happy new month. Yeah, guys, I'm so excited that this episode is falling on a new month. It's going to ginger you to, realize some things for the second half of the year, and I know we are going to do great. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys for staying with me. You guys are my family. I hope you know that. I love you guys so much for sharing, for listening, and for always, not making me feel like, oh, nobody's listening today. Oh, this, oh, that. Don't worry. We are moving there. We're going to start doing live podcasts. So we have people to join in as well. It will just be my voice that you're hearing. Anyways, let's move on to today's topic. And today we'll be talking about Bestie. Uni Agbara. I know. Like Bestie me. Guys, calm down. I know you guys are already like, Guys, let's just calm down and let's discuss. Okay, so today on topic Bestie, I'm going to don't worry, let's just keep talking. Don't let us forget that our standard is still God's standard. So let's move on. First of all, who's your bestie? Bestie is like a best friend, right? Someone that you're vulnerable with. You can tell the person everything, like your deepest secret. Your best friend knows it. Your best friend knows when something is wrong with you. Your best friend can know, your best friend can actually sense a lot about you. And do we have a standard that says that the opposite sex, you shouldn't have a bestie of the opposite sex? Rather, I'm a lady, am I allowed to have a male bestie? As a guy, are you allowed to have a female bestie? Now there's this whole conversation about this bestie thing that you definitely had your bestie before you got into a relationship. For some people, while some people were fortunate enough to date their bestie or to actually still marry their besties. So if you have a best friend of the opposite sex before you met your partner, what are you supposed to do? Like, before you met your partner, you had an opposite sex bestie. What are you supposed to do? How are you supposed to manage that situation? Before we even go into that, there's this notion, there's this belief that people have that when you have an opposite sex bestie, there's no way something wouldn't go down. Don't get me wrong now. You can have your bestie and not date the person. Now, if you don't date the person, people still believe that regardless, as long as you're besties of opposite sex, something must still go down. Now, it's different from you having a bestie and dating the bestie and then having something together. So we are on two different scales now. First of all, you're not even supposed to have something together. When I'm talking about something together, I'm talking about having sex. Yes. So whether your bestie is your bestie or your bestie is not your bestie, you're not even supposed to indulge in sexual intercourse, sexual immorality. So why should you even have that notion that as an opposite sex bestie, something must go down? Okay, so let's not forget that we're talking about this from our own Christian world. So in the Christian world, if you have a bestie of an opposite sex, which is fine, there's my own belief. If I'm wrong, you can actually let us know. From my own belief, I don't feel that you are not allowed to. I don't think there's a law or there's a rule that says you're not allowed to have an opposite sex as a bestie. Now listen, I'm talking about us in the Christian world now. Listen, that's what I'm saying. So when you are listening to this, you don't say, as a Christian, if you have a male and an opposite sex bestie, something is going to go on. Something is going to go on between you and your bestie. Let's get it right. You are not allowed to even allow something to go on. I don't know if that makes sense, but you are not even allowed. You are never allowed. It is necessary that you make sure that nothing goes down, whether bestie or boyfriend. I mean, or your fiance, nothing should go down until you are married. So if you have that belief, then having an opposite sex bestie, if you have an opposite sex bestie, I feel you are safe. Now, let's now move on to the part where we are talking about me having my own bestie and then getting into a relationship. Do I automatically ditch my bestie and make my partner my bestie? Now, here's how it goes. I believe before you even start a relationship, you start on a friendship note. I mean, you don't just meet someone and say, oh, hi, I like you, let's start dating. For Christians, what you do is you start on a friendship note. You must have spoken to God. God must have told you that, oh, okay, this is the person. God, is this my will? And the person says yes. God says yes is your will. You talk to the person and then you guys start off as friends and then you move on to courtship and then you get married. So from that friend part there, I'm sure you can make the person your bestie as well. Now, what happens to the first bestie you already had? I mean, you're not allowed to just ditch the person or tell the person to go. I found someone I want to make my bestie. That's not how it's done. It's not easy like that. They are human beings and there are feelings involved here. So, and there's trust as well. So what I feel is, now, let's take for instance, if I get a job right now and I'm so excited, I have my partner, I have my bestie. Normally before I had a partner, you would go to your bestie, or I'm using myself as an example now. So I would go to my bestie and meet my bestie and call my bestie, oh, I got this, I got that. Now, when I have my partner now, it is only right that it changes to me calling my partner first before calling my bestie. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm still going to call my bestie, but then I'm going to call my partner first. Now, I'm talking about when you have a bestie of opposite sex now, because if your bestie is of the same gender with you, of course, you can move on. You get. But if you have bestie of the opposite sex, it's very difficult for you to still move on with that kind of closeness and then still have your partner. One way or the other, your partner is going to be jealous. See, forget Christendom. We can't forget Christendom. Forget holy sister, holy brother. There's jealousy involved when you love someone. It's just that it has to be moderate. It has to be moderate. Yeah, it has to be moderate. So you can't have your own male bestie as a lady and then have your partner and then allow your partner compete with your own male bestie. Or as a guy, you have your own female bestie and then you have your partner and then you want your partner and your bestie to compete together. It's not possible. Now, one thing I always think of or tell myself again is that as a lady or as a guy, as a person, as a Christian, regardless of who your bestie is, if you have an opposite sex bestie and you notice that my bestie is already in a relationship right now, I think it's only right for you to pull back. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. It's only right for you to pull back. You wouldn't want your bestie's partner to see you one day and be like, oh, so you're the one that used to disturb us. So you're the one that used to disturb my boyfriend. You're the one that used to disturb my partner. I mean, that's like an insult. So I feel it's necessary to pull back. And because the person is your bestie, you should be able to tell your bestie that, see, you're in a relationship now and I need to pull back so you can have time for this person and then you can be closer to this person even more than me. Because obviously your partner is supposed to be your bestie. That's the rule people have. That's the standard people have. But I'm not saying now that it's a rule or something. What I'm saying is, in a situation where your bestie is always the first person to listen to hear whatever good news, whatever bad news, and now you have a partner, I think you should direct or divert that particular attention to your partner. So your partner becomes the first person that hears everything about you, even before your bestie. Now, it's fine when you tell your partner, then you can still call your bestie. That's what friendship is all about. So it's fine that way. But then we should learn to make sure that their roles are different. You shouldn't allow your partner to be insecure of your bestie. You should make sure that as human beings, as Christians, as someone with the fear of God, you don't even want to put yourself in a position where someone else will be crying for your own selfish acts. Someone else will be hurt for your own selfish acts. You get what I'm saying? So I don't know if you guys understand it, but I've seen a whole lot of people condemn females having male besties, males having female besties. I feel the condemnation is coming from people of the world, because as Christians, there have a lot of Christians that their spiritual father, their spiritual partner is like a bestie to them. They are probably not in a relationship, because obviously when you get into a relationship, your partner should be your spiritual body. To go spiritual body, like anytime, any day you're ready, it should be your partner. Married, courting, it should be your partner. While in friendship, it should be your partner. So I understand that, yes, as Christians, there's no rule that states you can't have an opposite sex bestie, but then we should try as much as possible to make sure that we don't put ourselves in compromising situation with our bestie. Now I'm going to take that again. As Christians, we should try as much as possible not to put ourselves in a compromising situation with our bestie. That way, we are safe, the bestie is safe. We are not making anyone commit sin. Do you get what I'm saying? I mean, what do you people think? What do you think, my listeners, like crackmates? What do you guys think about bestie? Would you, as a guy, would you allow your partner to still have an opposite sex bestie and remain bestie even while you guys are courting? Or as a lady, would you allow your partner to have the opposite sex bestie even while you guys are courting or married? Like, what would you do? What advice would you say your partner should break up with you? Like, should break the relationship with the bestie? I mean, would you say that? Then also a bonus question that I've been willing and wanting to ask people now is that, when you see some things online, you see, oh, marry your best friend. I mean, are we supposed to marry our enemies before? So basically, what do you think about marrying your best friend? I feel sometimes your best friend is not even supposed to be your soulmate, because when you take it to God, you will understand. That's what I just believe. So what do you guys think? Is it compulsory you marry your bestie? And also, would you break off your relationship with your bestie because of your partner? How would you balance the whole situation? It's a very dicey topic. It's a large topic. It's a big one. But because, we love to keep to time and not waste so much of our time, I'm sure there are going to be questions, and hopefully we might have to take them next week. I am not sure yet. So this might just be a part 1. It depends on how the conversation is moving. Anyways, I hope you guys are able to, get through to us, and let's get this conversation moving and answer the questions from your own opinion. Reach out to us on Instagram at Real Talk with T.O.T. I mean, we should have this conversation rolling and moving. It's going to save us a lot, and the Christian world is going to be, it's going to be enlightened more. Anyways, before we go, if you would like to just, rededicate your life to Christ, if you'd like to move back to Christ and also be called woman and man of faith, wherever you are, I just want you to, just say this: Father, I dedicate my life to you. Wherever you are, I just like you to say, Son, I want to be known with your kingdom. I don't want to miss it. I don't want this race to be in vain. And I'm asking you for the grace to never look back and to continue to grow stronger in you. In Jesus' name, you have prayed. I know I sounded a bit cliche, but you know how we do it. It's a Christian podcast, and regardless of how we talk, it's also nice that we draw people into the kingdom and make sure that we are increasing and not reducing. Anyways, thank you for staying to the end of today's episode. I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed it. Till I come your way again next week, do not forget to share this link with your friends. Do not forget to rate our podcast. Don't forget to drop a review, and also don't forget to subscribe. Don't also forget to follow us on all our social media platforms at Real Talk with T.O.T on Instagram, and we also have a YouTube channel as well, Real Talk with T.O.T. You guys should please subscribe and give our videos a thumbs up. I know you love me, and I love you guys too. Peace.